At the beginning of every year, the Nigerian Meteorological Agency (NIMET) forecast the expected rainfall and temperature patterns. This year, it predicted high-intensity rainfall for Lagos and other states. Indeed, in the last couple of weeks, many communities across the country have experienced torrential rainfall and flooding. And now it seems that nature is fighting back. Lagos prides itself as the center of excellence.
We have written letter, we have tried all that we could do.
But when it rains in the coastal city, the fear of homelessness. The waters flood the city, especially in low-plained areas, forcing many residents to leave their homes. One of such areas is Idimu in the Ejigbo Local Council Development Area of Lagos State, where residents do not have it easy when the rains pour. From street to street, roads linking the community are in a bad state. The community also lacks proper drainages. For years, the people here have had the rain encroach into their houses and they want a positive change.
Funding of people's property to pay our land use charge. But we need God's help and we need government.
Puddles of stagnant water on streets waiting to break their banks into homes. Vehicles have to pass the dilapidated roads. Fayemi Street is one of the most affected by flood. When it rains, it becomes difficult for people to go out or come in.
We want to use this opportunity to solicit for government support on the floods that have been affecting our community for the past 40 years. During Buba Marwa regime, the military era, they visited this place, they assisted us. Subsequently, governor has been here, our present house Works and House Minister, Fashola, visited us, promised that they will fix this drain. And thereafter, Commissioner for Environment also visited us and they promised us that they will do two-wing drain to discharge water from this main road that is connecting with about 10 streets within this within the CDA. They were able to fix one and abandon the project. Subsequently, we wrote to the chairman of the local government. He promised us that we should write a letter that he was going to follow it through to the state government for the abandonment of the drain. That we did, and the copy of the letter is here with me. We have not received any response. Last year, about 5-6 building fences were collapsed. We sent forth the photograph and the picture and the flood, the magnitude of the flood, that we even did a video. We sent it to the appropriate authority and we copied the letter to different ministries, to Alausa, Ministry of Environment, Drainage Services. We have copied all of them. We have yet to receive any positive response for them. This year again, the rain is on its peak, and we don't want the hazard that has befall our community member to repeat itself again. That's why we are using this medium and this opportunity to appeal to the local government chairman, the governor, our amiable governor. We know he has been trying, and we have seen his impact in other places. We pray that such should be reciprocated in our own area too. That's why we are using this medium to communicate to the chairman and the governor to come to our plight. The rain is falling again. If you notice, there is a fence down there. The fence was brought down, it has been re-erected. The building I'm standing directly opposite, the two sides of the fence was collapsed, it has been erected. The adjoining streets too, there are different stories to tell. We don't want that story to repeat itself any longer. Going back to memory lane, about 7-8 years ago, one side drain was constructed down to Dorcas. And even the contractor said they will swing to action to the other side. because that one is connecting about 8 streets that is linking flood down to these Fayemi streets precisely. The side was dug, but eventually they abandoned that. The community came, they fixed what they can do from that side. But the one that was done was unable to discharge water appropriately. Because once it rains, within 30-15 minutes, the whole street will be waterlogged. About 6-8 houses will be submerged in the flood.
Drains are also filled with waste, blocking the flow of water. And in some places, water is channeled to the main road. Flooding is a problem that the community has been grappling with for many years. The residents say they have tried engaging their local authority to fix roads and drainages in their community on many occasions, but their cries have constantly fallen on deaf ears.
This road is supposed to be an alternative road to link the main Ejigbo road, but it has always been an issue. In fact, some contractors have been here. They will do shoddy job, and we get across to the government, and unfortunately, not much has been realized. In fact, there was a time the commissioner for environment came, the president secretary of the government, to the state government, that's Mr. Ejigbo. He came. There was some skeletal things done that time, but it didn't achieve the purpose. In fact, if you had been here when the rains were heavy, you wouldn't have been able even to stand there, because this place is always very flooded when it rains. And you could also see what's happening. Gutter is supposed to be on both sides, so that you have a link where they can get to the main gutter. So I think they should just come. If government really has the intention, which of course I think they have, if they embark the project, they must also say that it's really achieved the intention of making life easy for the people. I think that's an area I think the government has to do. We also try to really sensitize people so that they should also be able to manage drainage, particularly those that are, who occasionally when the rain falls, they see that as an avenue to throw in their waste there. We thought that they should not. And of course too, we're also trying our best, because when you see some of these roads, it would have been worse than this. But for the efforts of the community who make the arrangement for way to fill the road, and in fact, even if there are some streets there, it wouldn't have been passable too, if not because of the efforts of the community, and that's what we have been doing. But there is a limit to what we can do, because while we know that government also has a lot to do, we're also doing our part, but then we rely on government to really assist us.
Families, faith-based organizations are dreading the rainy season. For Madam Odunaihi, the rainy season comes with continuous unease and despair. This is because of the extra cost of maintaining a house.
Èmi ni mo ní upstairs yẹn. Ọdọọdún lomi yọ wá lẹ́nu. Ọdọọdún ló ń wó fẹ́ǹsì mi. Ọdún kan ò lè dé tójò bá ti dé, wàhálà dé nìyẹn. Ó máa wọ gbogbo inú yàrá wa. Gbogbo àwọn tẹ́nàtì wa máa kẹ́rù. Wọ́n máa kẹ́rù ni. Ó di pé ká máa kó ẹrù lọ sókè. Ó ti lé bí 25 years sísìn. Ọdọọdún ni mo kájọ, ni mo fi tún bíbá yìí ṣe. Àìmọye owó tọdún tó tẹ̀ wá kọjá yìí wá pọ̀ jù. Nígbà tómi yẹn bá ń bọ̀ báyìí, tó bá lọ báyìí, tó bá ti dé ọ̀hún yẹn, á tún padà. Ẹnu géètì wa yẹn, gbogbo bíbá yìí, iyẹ̀pẹ̀ là ń gbọ́n sí. Iyẹ̀pẹ̀ la gbogbo kọ́tà wa àtúnṣe, adéládé, ara yẹ̀pẹ̀, tírélà 4 ni mo gbọ́n sí títì yìí. Tó bá mi ń gbọ́n sí pé kójò yìí má lè wọlé. Ọdún tó kọjá la tún ṣe léyìí. Bákan náà, bó bí omi yẹn tún ṣe wọlé nìyẹn. Gbogbo fẹ́ǹsì mi yìí ló wó délẹ̀ bámú. Kọ́ bá mi wá wò, kọ́ bá wa ṣàtúnṣe, ká lè nísinmi. Tójò bá ti dé báyìí, àyà bí máa ń já ni.
Widowed Hafsatu Razak is already homeless. Although she has a building in Ejigbo local council development area of Lagos, the floods have destroyed almost everything she owns.
Kò sí nǹkan kan nílé wa, omi ni yàwó, omi ni bí ti bá gbogbo nǹkan wa jẹ́ o, a ní nǹkan kan nílé o, bí mo ṣe wà ilẹ̀ẹ́lẹ̀ ni mò ń sùn sí, bá fẹ́ sùn bí báyìí, ilẹ̀ẹ́lẹ̀ ni mò ń sùn sí, kò sí nǹkan kan àtàwọn ọmọ àtèmi, ilẹ̀ẹ́lẹ̀ ni gbogbo wa ń sùn sí, a ní nǹkan kan, omi ni tójò díẹ̀ bá ti rọ̀ báyìí, inú ilé wa ló ń bọ̀, inú ilé wa ni anything bẹ́ẹ̀ rù ládìjọ́ síbẹ̀.
No one occupies the property at the moment. because of the flood. No tenants, just pushcart owners doing business, so miscreants do not take advantage of the place.
ọkọ mi ló ní ilé bómi yẹn ṣe máa ń dà wà láàmú náà nìyẹn nígbà yẹn náà títí ronú ẹ̀gan ló pa bàbá oníbàbà ronú omi gan ló pa tómi bá ti ń bọ̀ láti ẹni wí àbá yìí ojú láǹgbàsọ omi òkun lélẹ́yìí ibẹ̀ ló máa dúró sí gbẹ̀n gbogbo fẹ́ǹsì láti náwó fẹ́ǹsì akọ̀ndédé ìyá lójijì ní gbà gbogbo àwọn ọmọ adìẹ ẹgbà wá o àríbi lọ àrí kankan ṣe kò sí pé bákan akàn ní inú ọdún yìí sí ó ti tẹ̀ mẹ́rin tí mo ti kó kúrò nílé o bójú ò ṣe tí pọ̀ kékeré yẹn o last year mi ti ẹ̀ súnlé rárá màá kàn wá tí n bá kàn ti rí i báyìí mo kàn lè dúró sí ìbáyìí màá kàn máa wò bíi 2 hours mo tún ti sá lọ padà tó gbọ́n ọmọ mi ò sí bí báyìí anybody ò sí bí ní tẹ́nàntì kò sẹ́nì kankan gbà tó sú wa pé kọ́ńtì ẹ̀ má gbalẹ̀ yìí mú wa lọ́ọ́ la ṣe kó àwọn ọmọ láti bẹ̀ pé kọ́ńtì bá tiẹ̀ wá ń bẹ̀ wọ́n á lè máa bá a mójútó díẹ̀ àrí kankan ṣe kún mi ò jẹ́ ká tiẹ̀ gbádùn níjọ́ kan síjọ́ kan bí n bá fẹ́ sùn ní ẹ̀sìn mo ò ní bẹ́ẹ̀dì mo ò ní ilẹ̀ ni máa taṣọ sí tí máa sùn ó ti dẹ̀ mẹ́ta tí mo ti ra bẹ́ẹ̀dì a lè sùn lóru omi yẹn máa dé ni kò sí fọkànbalẹ̀ kò sí kankan àti ẹ̀ nígbàdùn kan mi báyìí ọjọ́ kan rí omi ní adẹ péjọba kọ́tà tán bá a ṣe kò lọ kò true kò ṣe kankan one line náà ṣe sí kò true kò lọ tó bá tiẹ̀ ń lọ á tún fún wa nísìnyí díẹ̀ kò lọ àti ẹ̀rí enjoyment ìjọba kankan bí báyìí ààrẹ akàn sọ́fà ni kí gọ́ọ̀mẹ̀ntì jọ kán ṣàánú wa ní àdúgbò wa yìí Àfọlábí Fáyẹmí gbogbo àdúgbò wa yìí kán jọ torí Ọlọ́run ọba bẹ̀ wọ́n kán jọ kán dìde sí wa.
Even self-help projects have yielded little or no results.
For the past 6 months, it has been like this. They didn't do it. And see, all this area, there's no culvert where water can pass through to the channel. This is Aminatilo Street. All these areas, when water is raining, when there's raining, the water goes through this side to Fayemi, and there's no any channel that water can pass through to that side. There's no channel where water can pass through to that side. Even there was a time we constructed the culvert by ourselves at the end of Sule Shawade there, between Sule Shawade and the Boye Street. For government to come and cover it for us, they did not come. We reported to the chairman, local government, he did not come. So please, we are appealing to the government to come and assist us in this area, to do the culvert and give us every assistance so that all the problems can be solved. This road is supposed to be the link between Oboye and the other Sanusi Street to join Idimu Road. We constructed this culvert by ourselves, calling on the the local government to come and assist us. For the past 6 months it has been like this. They didn't do it for us.
The residents are hoping that the government looks their way as the rains continually threaten to render many of them homeless. Recent floods in Lagos have not spared many areas of the state from Agege, Ketu, Mushin, Surulere, Lekki, Iyanoworo. This year may not be different, as there are predictions the conditions could be worse. Residents are hoping the government can come up with more innovative ways of addressing the perennial flooding in the state. We want to access another community in neighboring Ogun State, this time Ejigbo Ode. From Shagamu Interchange, it takes about 30 minutes to get to Ejigbo Ode. Tucked inside Ejigbo Ode along Okeowa Road is Makalewo community. And through this narrow and untarred stretch, we make our way into the community. But erosion is gradually tearing the community apart, threatening its existence. This is a major challenge. As the rain continues to fall, it becomes worse. Flooding is a perennial occurrence here, and with the absence of proper drainages, water continues to find its level at the detriment of red earth on which the community stands. Moving from one part of the community to another is a problem. This makeshift plank connects a part of the community to the other, but it is a dangerous venture as the old, young, strong, and frail constantly risk their lives by using this makeshift bridge.
Smallest part of this gully, and that's why you have this wooden bridge. The community had built this to, of course, aid persons coming from this part to the other part, and the bridge is just about 7 to 10 steps. That's how small the bridge is.
The people say they are helpless and have nowhere to go. The residents took us through this path to another part of the community where the gully has spread to. Here, a part of this house has fallen into the gully, but people still live here, and they live in fear of what will happen if the erosion swallows the building.
We are the owner of this house. Since they renovate the stadium, Decry Stadium.
Over almost 20 years ago, during the regime of Otumba Gbenga Daniel Latiwalenwe. So we have lost many things in this community. Ketunwo downstairs to one be near us here, who is having the sound of the erosion. So we are soliciting for Prince Badapo Abiodun kó jọ kó wá ràn lọ́wọ́ ní Makalewo, because nǹkan tí stadium erosion tó ti kó wá sí ní àdúgbò yìí ó pọ̀ gan.
Fences are falling and trees are getting uprooted.
Tí lójijì ni a rí wípé omi tó ń wá láti stadium ó kọ́kọ́ ń wá díẹ̀díẹ̀ débi pé àwọn ibi tó bá bàjẹ́ community máa ń ra cement ra nǹkan kan àfi ń ṣe kí ó má lè bàjẹ́ tó dájú àwọn mọ́tò á lè máa kọjá lọ bí wọ́n ṣe ń kọjá lọ ṣùgbọ́n ṣe láṣàdédé rí wípé ìgbà tí wọ́n máa renovate ọ̀nà tó wá láti Ìdóbì wọ́n gbé wọnú stadium èyí tó wá láti Ìdómìlà wọ́n gbé wọnú stadium so agbára yẹn wá pọ̀ torí gbogbo effort tá a bá ní ká ṣe omi yẹn ń bàjẹ́ ní lẹ́sẹ̀kẹsẹ̀ so mo wá àdúgbò tí mo ti ń sọ̀rọ̀ yìí òun ni Makalewo lẹ́yìn stadium ṣe rí stadium yẹn ṣíṣe tí wọ́n ṣe bẹ̀ yẹn wọ́n mọ odi ẹ̀ ṣùgbọ́n wọ́n wá fi irin sí ìsàlẹ̀ odi yẹn pé omi tó bá ń bọ̀ ńbẹ̀ ṣe ló máa gba abẹ́ irin yẹn lábẹ́ stadium yẹn máa lọ sí gbogbo community ọ̀dọ̀ wa so gbà tí wọ́n máa ṣe bẹ̀ yẹn ṣe ló yẹ tán bá mọ̀ pé wọ́n máa ṣe báyìí ṣe ló yẹ kán ṣe drainage yẹn kó kanlẹ̀ sí ibi odò yẹn bẹ́ẹ̀ tí wọ́n ṣe wọ́n kàn da ìfàtí omi yẹn wọ́n dà sórí àwọn ilẹ̀ onílẹ̀ ó yẹ kán lè mọ̀ pé àwọn ilẹ̀ yìí àwọn èèyàn kan ló ní tó bá dọjọ́ iwájú bíbá yìí máa dìlú ní tó ṣẹ̀ wá dìlú sí tó jẹ́ pé stadium wa bẹ̀ sí ní wó ilé onílé wọ́n á lọ sí LCDA meeting gbogbo ẹ̀ la ṣe everything wọ́n ní ká ya fọ́tò wa á ya fọ́tò gbogbo àwọn bíi by that time kò tẹ̀ tí tó báyìí so gbogbo ẹ̀ ó ń fẹ̀ sí báyìí débi pé àwọn ọmọ tí wọ́n ń lọ sí school ń bí báyìí àwọn ọmọ àwa lady àtàwọn ọmọ grammar school àti àwọn AGGS gbogbo wọn bẹ́ẹ̀ bẹ́ẹ̀ lọ wọn ò lè lọ mọ́ ọ̀pọ̀lọpọ̀ ọmọ míì ló ti dúró nígbà tó sọ́nà míì so àti lọ sí sọ́jí sí market kan lọ rajà táwọn èèyàn máa jẹ ó di wàhálà ó di kí a gbé ní bíbà yìí máa pera wa lọ́ọ̀kan pé ẹ gbà jẹ́ kí n ju owó sí ẹ lọ́ọ̀kan kó bá mi ra nǹkan báyìí bọ̀ nígbà tí wọn ò lè ráyè kọjá lẹ́ni pákó tá a dẹ̀ ṣe bẹ́ẹ̀ yẹn tí ó wà ń bẹ́ẹ̀ táwọn èèyàn àwọn tó bá láyà tí wọ́n lè gun orí pákó yẹn wọ́n máa ń gùn bẹ́ẹ̀ táwọn ọmọ kékeré àlè ní káwọn ọmọ kékeré máa gùn.
The Ogun State government says it is taking steps to address the flooding and erosion menace around Ejigbo. On the shoulders of the Ogun State government are numerous projects, some of which were not completed by successive governments.
If you look at that terrain, it's the lowest point in that area. So water tends to collect where is the lowest point. Then at the same time, unfortunately, Ejigbo as a whole doesn't have a good water course where it's easily water for water to channel into. So in this situation, this has been ongoing on for so many years, as you rightly said. And I don't think it's the water from the stadium doing that. It's been a general thing overall, you said more than 20 years. So it's been an ongoing thing and it's the lowest point. But having said that, we've been there a couple of times. The Federal Ministry of Environment has been there also, trying to see what are the possibility of things can do. So there are lots of things on the table being evaluated with the Ministry of Environment in the state, the federal government, Ministry of Environment, and the state also, because I've been there to see. So it's not that we're not, we know what's going on, trying to address it, but at the same time, that is the lowest point in the area. And one of the things the state is trying to do now is to, which has not been done in the past, is to develop a drainage master plan for the whole state. So the pilot program, Ejigbo is one of them. So that partially address some of this issue you're talking about. So it's a gradual process we are working on to be able to have an answer to all the flood challenges in the statewide. So we are looking at Ejigbo, Abeokuta, Ilaro, Owode, Ota. So all the keys, Shagamu, all the major cities, the studies is going on right now. So once that master plan is developed to address all those things, it will be rolled out. His Excellency Prince Dapo Abiodun is very concerned about the plight of people from flooding issue. So it's a serious challenge we are addressing comprehensively in the state.
In the meantime, the people are waiting and hoping that they won't be rendered homeless by the fury of floods and erosion in the coming days.